Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Tech Bandit. Whenever someone asks me a lot of the games I play, I will admit, I play World of Warcraft. I've been playing for a very long time now. And I thought, you guys love my guides on this channel. Why not take it back to my roots in the game I arguably know best and see what I can do for you guys. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the introduction to the World of Warcraft. What to start? Again, I've been playing this game 10 years. I've done things in this game and met people and done so much, I could literally fill like probably 3 or 4 of my regular videos talking just about that. But that wouldn't be a guide, that'd be me ranting, and no one wants to hear me rant at this point. I'm not that famous. God, this is going to be funny if this video is still on the channel when that I do potentially hit that point. Moving on. There's a lot to cover in the World of Warcraft. And while originally I had this somewhat planned out, I found out something a little later on. So this particular video is going to cover in some of the reasons you might want to play and some really important notes starting out. First and foremost, I want to cover that something that's a little kind of going to go into the next video a bit, which is going to be leveling and the importance of leveling. But this one's going to be a side note. In the game, and there should be a link in the description, there's an option called Recruiter Friend. If you have a friend, talk to them and see if they can help you get this set up. If you start a Recruiter Friend account, you only have 90 days from the time you make the account to utilize this. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but again, in this 90 days, there are some major benefits, including triple experience from kills and quests so long as you're within 4 levels of each other and within 100 meters. 100 yards? 100 meters. 100 yards, excuse me. This is important, and the reason I mention this now is, again, if you roll the account and then recruit a friend, link up with your buddy, any time between when you rolled and when you linked up is lost. So maximize your time, because you can seriously belt out probably 2 or 3 ults in that time. It does end at 90. I will cover that a bit more in the leveling video. For the most part, just realize this. This game is awesome with friends. This is going to lead me to my next point. Why you want to play World of Warcraft. This game offers so much. If you like player versus player combat, you have battlegrounds, you have rated battlegrounds, you have arenas. I've played on them all. I suck at arena. I will be first to admit I am not a PvPer. I am a PvEer. I play on PvP servers, but I'm a PvEer to the core. Go bloody figure on that one, eh? There's a lot of really good content. You will see people complain how much easier WoW is nowadays. Take it from somebody who never got to see that old, hard content, you ain't missing much. A lot of the easy comes from what we refer to as the looking for group tool. And again, this is a great way if you're just looking to see the content, or you just need to get a little gear on the side. I won't cover that one too much. That'll be a separate video. Actually, it'll either take place in leveling or the video after. But it's a lot of fun. You can meet a lot of people from around the world. I met a man born in Saudi Arabia, lived in Scotland for a while, and was currently in England studying to be a dentist. I want you to picture what that man's accent sounded like. It really makes the world a smaller place when you can talk to somebody halfway around the world just as if they were standing next to you. And that is awesome. But again, if you want to get started, I recommend you get a buddy of yours. If you have anybody who you can friend, do it. If you get one of your friends plays, jump in. If not, grab your buddy. If you got somebody else who's interested, have one of you buy the game, and I'll cover that here in a second, and link up. Find a good server, jump together, and tag team it. You'll be amazed how much fun you'll have with this. But now we get started on what it means to start the game. First, you're going to need an account. Battle.net accounts are free. Sign up. You can play WoW up to a certain point. There are some limitations. No private channels. Limited amount of gold you can carry. I'll have a link in the description for what the starter account limits are. I won't read them off here. But it's not too bad, especially if you just want to get a taste for the game. And you can do basically just about everything outside of a few limitations to keep gold spammers, etc. in check. Don't worry, it's not too bad. Side note, it does take 72 hours if you buy the game and start up. Excuse me, can take up to 72 hours to get the game started. So those restrictions have been lifted. Just a fair warning. And if you enjoy that, by all means, pick up the game. Blizzard offers, I'm always going to call them battle chests, because to me that's what they always were. They were the battle chest. Crap, I still think I've got my StarCraft battle chest around here somewhere. I mean, that's old. Talk about, yeah, the original StarCraft, Brood Wars, the books that helped you learn everything. Yeah, it was all there. Where was I? I'm gonna draw a blank right now. Right. Never mind, sorry. But yeah, the new one includes everything up to and including the Mists of Pandaria expansion, which basically will give you almost everything you need to get started. I'm going to put a little snippet, a little side note here. A lot of this video series is going to cover Legion-based content to help new players who may be looking at, hey, here's a new expansion, hey, this is looking pretty good, I wonder what's going on, an option to get in and see this. Some of the content will become outdated. I'm going to try to keep it as sort of vague as possible for like numbers and skills and abilities, because again, what changes? We don't know yet. It's still an alpha, I want to say. We may be creeping up into the beta period. So nothing's set in stone yet, so I'm not going to be covering it too in depth. I'm just going to give you a more or less a good idea what to run with. So for all I know, once Legion drops, the pack may include Warlords of Draenor, which would be pretty awesome. Again, you're looking at $20 to pick this up, or if you are thrifty, you can catch it on sale for $10. This will always include a month of game content. Now, I want you to realize something. That means you're literally paying $10 if you catch it on sale for a $15 value, as that is how much 1 month of game time will cost. Yeah, they're a really good starting value. Let's see. Those are really your two major options. After that, you are going to buy the expansions. Once the next expansion drops, the previous ones generally will drop in price because it's no longer considered active content. Wrong term. So you're going to want to use that. So grab it, grab a couple buddies, see what you enjoy. Find a good guild, find a good server. I guess in this, and the reason I say find a good server is, and this is my lovely little segue here. I wish I had a picture of like an orc on a Segway right now. I should see if I can find one of those. Hey, editor. Yeah, so I'm talking to you. Okay, yeah. Orc on a Segway. See if you can find it. Yes? No? Alright, we'll see. It'll be in the video. I was going somewhere with that. Alright, Segways. Servers. Not all servers are created equal. I actually just came off a server that was considered a mid to high population, but was primarily Horde, so as an Alliance player, I saw very few people of my faction. I've now switched to a different server. It's technically a role-playing player versus player server, but it's got a balance, so it's a little interesting. Look up the server, talk to people, see what's going on. I recommend a balanced server to start with, or a server that favors the faction you intend to play, simply because, well, it will help you out. That's it. If your buddies on the side that's not the dominant faction, don't feel afraid to join them. The game's still highly playable, especially if you get the right server. I'm gonna cover. Okay, give me an eye on my time here. I'm gonna cover the types of servers here fairly quickly. There aren't anything set in stone per se, but this is one of those few things that doesn't change expansion to expansion, so I can say these with pretty much impunity here. Watch Blizzard change something and prove me a liar. I won't be surprised. Alright. Normal servers. Sometimes referred to as a player versus an environment or PvE server. These servers, if you're out and about, you never have to worry about getting into a fight. It's a basic server. You go, you do your shtick, you move on. There are some exceptions to this rule. Any of the free-for-all arenas, such as the Girabashi Arena in Stranglethorn, there's just Stranglethorn Arena, I forget which it is now. The Dark Moon Arena for sure. Those areas are forced PvP, and obviously this includes any battlegrounds, arenas, etc., but those aren't found in the game world normally. This is a great starting server because you never have to worry about getting ganked, which can be a real pain in the butt and a real problem. Unfortunately, it also means you have no way to fight back if you have a large group just dominating an area. You can't get your buddies and clear it out. It's the price you pay. Its counterpart is the player versus player server, or PvP server. These servers, basically once you leave your starting zones, you are fair game. It is a fight to the finish. This can be annoying if you got somebody who has way too much time on their hands and gets really bored really easy and just starts ganking low levels because for some reason that gets his jollies off. But it can also be fun because it means you can get him to fight us over resources. A little story time here, I guess. Yes, thank you, editor. I was working on my Death Knight. I had a Death Knight character I was working on at the time, and while I was working on him, I was mining for resources. I was waiting for a queue to pop, I think, as I was trying to get into a group instance. And I landed at, I think it was an iron deposit or something, and landing almost immediately at the same time is this cap level Death Knight. And I look at him and go, yep, I'm dead. Sure enough, I was. But I literally sat there and like, I ain't even mad. I mean, I was going for the node. He was going for the node. We actually had something worth fighting over. Sure, he kicked my butt, but it's not like he was just running around killing me for jollies. He literally just like, mine. Whack. Story time over. The next one on the list is going to be the role-playing servers. Now, this one will have a little more to it because there's, again, more to it. Role-playing servers are basically a normal server with an additional set of role-playing rules. Certain names will not be permitted. You can actually have your name reported and changed if it doesn't match the guidelines set by the server, which is kind of funky, but hey, I guess that's a thing. So again, with role-playing servers, you don't have to role-play, but there are some additional rules you will be, what's the term I'm thinking of here? Required to follow. This is the same for the role-playing player versus player servers. Now, if you've ever done roleplay, again, if you've ever played D&D, if a 20-sided dice is something you've owned, if you've got a set of lucky dice, and I still gotta find mine. I swear, I set them down. I have no idea where they went. You're gonna need to find these eventually. You're going to. This may be something for you. It can be a lot of fun to sort of make a character and play in this world. That said, if you do it on a PvP server, be forewarned, role-playing events will attract attackers. So, hire a bodyguard. My services are currently available at... Sorry, I couldn't resist. And I think that's just about everything we need for the basics of getting started. There's a lot more to it. And then I'll be covering a bit on leveling in the next video, a bit on picking an opening role. Roles and classes will be an entire separate video. Then I'm going to start breaking down some of the classes from there. This is going to take a while, and this will not be a series I upload super frequently. Again, mostly because I don't have editing these and getting this all together is going to take some time. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all good luck, good hunting, and safe travels. My name's TechBan. I'll see you in the next one, folks.